We continue to follow that breaking news out of Southwest Houston. Houston police, as well as other law enforcement agencies, responding to reports of an active shooter situation at a Yes Prep school in Southwest Houston. Houston police sending out this tweet just a short time ago, telling us that one suspect is in custody. Officers are now searching the school for any other possible suspects. At this time, the scene is still very active. They will continue to push out more information as it becomes available.
Yeah, we've received calls around 11:45 about this active shooter situation. Obviously, still a very active scene out there at this hour. We do have crews that are on the way to gather more information from the scene at this hour. But right now, getting a live look again at the tweet that the Houston Police Department set out, saying that there is one suspect in custody. Officers continue to search the school for any other possible suspects at this time. Scene is still very active. Again, received word about 40 minutes ago regarding this active shooter situation at this Yes Prep Southwest Secondary School.
That's right. The initial report came in around 11:45 this morning. Just to give you some background on the Yes Prep school, we know it was founded in 2004. Students grades 6 through 12 attend that particular school. Again, this is near the 4400 block.
For 40 years, it was my job to answer questions. Now I've got a few about Medicare Advantage plans. So I called Memorial Hermann Health Plan. They answered my questions and got me the benefits I need, like no copay.
And we are back with our continuing coverage of a breaking story out of Southwest Houston right now. If you were just joining us here at 12:30 on a Friday afternoon, Houston police responding to reports of an active shooter situation at a Yes Prep school in Southwest Houston. This is at the 4400 block of Anderson Road, right near Hiram Clark. We do know that one suspect is in custody. Officers, according to a tweet that Houston police sent out just a short time ago, are now searching the school for additional possible suspects. Again, this is at the Yes Prep Southwest. What we know about the school, it was founded in 2004, and students attending that school are in grades 6 through 12.
And we are just hearing from the Houston Fire Department that regarding this active shooter situation, one person was shot in the chest and is now receiving treatment. That is the latest word from Houston Fire, that one person was shot in the chest. We don't know who that victim is, if it was a student, if it was a member of staff, but that is the latest word from Houston Fire, that at least one person was shot and is now receiving treatment.
Multiple law enforcement agencies, as you would expect, responding to this situation in Southwest Houston at the school. Folks are being asked to stay completely away from that area so that officers can get in there and investigate and continue to search for additional possible suspects. Want to get to our Mario Diaz, investigator Mario Diaz, who is on his way to the school. He's joining us now on the phone. Mario, obviously a fluid situation, a lot of moving parts here. What can you tell us? We don't have do we have Mario Diaz joining us there on the phone? Mario,
can you hear me now?
Yes,
you can hear me now.
Yeah, we can hear you, Mario. We know it's a fluid situation. A lot's going on right now. What can you tell us?
I'm at Hiram Clark Road at the intersection here, and I can tell you that you have a massive law enforcement presence, as well as I'm counting 1, 2, 3 ambulances. I can tell you that I came to this scene, and there were 4. I can see right now there's members of HPD's executive team coming up in black SUVs to the side. You also have a whole bunch of parents that are on phones, that are standing around looking and waiting, concerned parents because they're trying to connect with children. I can see some young kids right over here as well that have phones up to their ears. They're trying to connect with their parents. As I move closer here, again, this is located right now, Andy, where I'm at, is at Hiram Clark Road. And forgive me, as I just indicated, I literally just got here to the scene. I see members of HPD SWAT who are currently getting dressed right in front of me here. Again, the situation that we've learned of, the details, you have more so, Andy. So if you don't mind, just repeat them very quickly as I'll stop so I can get a better examination of what I see around me here. But go ahead, Andy, if you don't mind giving me the details, because, again, I just pulled up and I wasn't getting the details that you're providing to our viewers.
No problem there. 11:45 and the initial report came in. We're seeing video of the scene right now. 11:45, that call came in. Houston police responded to reports of an active shooter situation at Yes Prep Southwest. We know that multiple law enforcement agencies are on the scene, as you mentioned. This school, Mario, founded in 2004. Students grades 6 through 12 attend this school. We know that one suspect is in custody, and police, we are told, are searching the school for additional possible suspects at this hour.
And I can tell you right now that Houston SWAT right now is getting dressed right in front of me, about 10 yards away. They rolled up here about 3 minutes ago, and you can start seeing them starting to get dressed and preparing. As you talk about them going through and perhaps looking for another suspect, it appears they're doing just that, as they are fully getting dressed here, literally right in front of me as this is happening. Again, I cannot tell you how many law enforcement vehicles are here at this moment at this intersection, because there are just so many. Imagine just a parking lot filled with law enforcement vehicles flashing brightly, as well as ambulances. I have that here in front of me right at this very moment. Mix in the fact that you have parents who are walking around here, any screaming. I want to make that very clear. There is no sounds of any screaming here. There's no sound of any chaos from any parents. I just see parents who are standing around waiting, and they're trying to obviously be connected to their children. Some are walking away. I see many kids who are walking away here with parents, but I also see parents who are concerned. I'm looking literally right now at one mother who's across from me here, and she has tears in her eyes, and she's talking into the phone. I don't know exactly what's going on with her, but she's just one of the parents that I see here. Again, this is a very, very dramatic scene playing out right in front of me here at the intersection of Hiram Clark and Anderson Road, surrounding, as you indicated, Andy, a call that came in at about 11:45 this morning of an active shooter situation. I will tell you that law enforcement is moving around. I've been around in these situations before many times, and they are not moving with a lot of velocity, which tells me that they are just now getting to the scene, and there's not much movement and scurrying. I take that as a positive sign on many occasions, because these are officers that if this was something much more dramatic, much more perilous for the public, you'd see a lot more people running around and saying, get down. They have the scene under control on the outside. What that translates to on the inside, uncertain. And that is something that we're waiting for law enforcement to provide us with officials too.
Well, and that certainly
and
that certainly speaks to what Houston police are tweeting out just a short time ago, about 8 minutes or so ago. HPD tweeting out that officers are searching the school now for any possible suspects.
I can tell you when I pulled up here about 10 minutes ago, about 5 minutes ago, before I went on, my vehicle was it's 70 yards away from where I'm from, and now there are law enforcement vehicles all the way up to it. They filled up that scene that quickly. And right now we're trying to identify exactly all these parents. I mean, you just see parents just standing around, just waiting. Everything okay, ma'am? Did you have a child here? Is he okay? They're all okay. Got it. All right, that's one parent telling me that their child's okay. A lot of Spanish parents, I can tell you, so that's why I was talking in Spanish with this woman. But there are many parents, and then again, you see across the way there another group that's concerned as well, and it appears law enforcement's now trying to back people up on that side of the street. Again, this is at the location of Hiram Clark Road and Anderson Road in Southwest Houston. You have multiple law enforcement agencies that have reported to this scene. I'm looking at a Harris County Sheriff's vehicle. I see state troopers. I can tell you on the way here, coming on the Beltway, 2 ambulances, 1 state trooper passed me up, and they were racing to this scene as quickly as they could get here.
And Mario,
and now
Mario,
yes,
Christine here as well with Andy. We appreciate the insight that you're providing. We are getting a live look from right outside the school. We know that you are meeting up with a few of our cameramen out there as well. So we are seeing the multiple vehicles that you're talking about, a large presence of parents as well as students walking around. Do want to let you know, in case you haven't gotten word, Houston Fire Department is reporting that one person was shot in the chest. One person was shot in the chest. We don't know the age of that person, if it was a student or a staff member, but there is reports of at least one injury involved in this situation. Again, we are getting a live look around the area of the school. We see dozens of students walking with staff members as well.
I can see right now there's some parents that are carrying a young man away from here. He's okay. There's no type of EMS around him, but you can tell he's just overwhelmed with emotion over what has happened here right now. It is quite the scene. As you say, you can see the scene play out with all of these vehicles now through the chopper shots. But this young man, he's just now on the ground. You can tell that he is overwhelmed with the emotion, and the family there as well is just crying. It seems like he got a cramp. I'm hearing that he got a cramp. They're stretching out his leg, but you can just tell if that's the situation. You can just tell how quickly people are trying to get out, and something might have happened where their body wasn't used to it, and now it appears that he's on the ground. They're stretching out his legs, but a very difficult situation that's still playing out right now with all of these parents, because now there's the waiting game. I see right now a woman hugging her child, and you see more parents who are out here waiting to see exactly what is the status of their loved one. As you have now, I'm looking at a vehicle right now from the Houston Police Bomb Squad that is now pulled up to the scene. And again, that doesn't necessarily reflect of anything as of this moment. Precautionary measures are usually taken in a lot of these situations, but I'm telling you, the vehicle is right here and it has just pulled up. Again, this is the scene right now playing out in Southwest Houston at Yes Prep, and at the intersection of Anderson and Hiram Clark Road, where you have many parents trying to be connected with their children, uncertain exactly how many kids are inside, what the status is of those kids. I have yet to see any members of HPD that I'm quite familiar with from the executive level that are here, but I can tell you that there are many, many members. Harris County Constable Precinct 2 is on the scene as well. Many members of law enforcement, Sheriff's Office, HPD, and aerial support. I'm looking up in the air and I see HPD's aerial chopper right now as well. And members of SWAT, as I see two of them walking in my direction right here at this very moment. This is Friday afternoon in Southwest Houston. And this is not the scene that anybody anticipated, but it's the scene that we're dealing with right now. And Andy and Christine, it is one that we hope is coming to a close here with a proper resolution for all. A very difficult morning here thus far, though.
Yeah, it certainly has been, Mari. I want to give you a second there just to catch your breath there and see if you can grab a parent for us to talk to, just to get some more perspective on what's happening out there. I want to talk about some of the video that we've been showing you here on our air. The emotion, the anxiety, the concern is palpable as you can read the emotions on the faces of these students, hugging one another, very, very upset by what took place there earlier this morning. Just a short time ago, we saw some videos, some students holding on to each other as they were walking away from the school. Again, a large law enforcement presence there as well. Parent there checking their phone. In situations like this, Christine, we know when we're talking about any type of threat to a school that the school district will typically send out an email blast, a push alert, text messages to parents. We don't know all what was sent out to parents at this point, so hopefully Omario will be able to dig a little deeper for us and get some perspective from a parent as to what they're being told at this time.
Certainly, and so often with these sort of situations, it is a mass confusion, mass concern as parents and students try to figure out what exactly happened. It sounded like from our Amy Davis a little bit ago that this school was having an early release, so we don't know how many students were sort of out and about that afternoon. But again, we are getting a live look from Yes Prep Southwest Secondary School outside, where you can see the parents and the students all gathering outside trying to get some answers. We do know Sheriff Ed Gonzalez is on the scene now, large police presence, as we do know that one suspect has been taken into custody. The search for a potential another suspect is underway, and one person we do know was shot in the chest and is receiving treatment. We want to go back to our Mario Diaz live on the scene now. Mario, were you able to gather a parent or a student to talk to?
Yeah, Christine, I'm actually standing by a mother. You have your two children, correct? I'm going to just kind of put you here so you can speak up a little bit. What was going through your mind when you got the call?
Oh, the worst. I was just really scared.
And how happy were you, obviously, when you found out that your children
really
were
happy. I walk all the way to where the trails are, looking for my daughters, asking for them because they're 10th graders, asking where 10th grade was. They said they were still inside the school, so I was really scared.
You see so many parents here who are still waiting to find out where their children are.
Yeah, it's a lot of parents still looking for their kids. And I don't want to be in their shoes.
All right, ma'am, I know it's difficult. I'm going to let you go, okay?
Thank you.
Hug your children tonight.
Sure.
They're right there.
Yeah.
Hug your daughters.
Yeah.
Hug them really strong. Another family here is right beside me. A woman's being reunited with her children, and they're crying. And it's been a difficult time, a long wait. ¿Está todo bien, señora? ¿Está bien? Yeah, they're saying they're fine. This is a scene that's playing out, Christine. Again, this has happened here in the last hour, and you have families that are desperately trying to get connected to their children, trying to find them to make sure that everything's okay with them. Again, another member of Houston Fire EMS coming through, 2 more trucks. Just what we're dealing with right now at this scene. Again, I'm going to get things back to you guys there. I'm going to try to connect with a photographer that has arrived here on the scene. But
Hey, Mario, real quick, if you can let that parent know and to spread the word that from HPD, parents on the scene are being asked to go to West Fuquay and Hiram Clark.
Oh,
West
Fuquay and Hiram Clark is where the parents are.
If you can pass that along to the families that are out there looking for information, HPD.
Well, I will tell you that
yes.
aside from that, Christine, I will pass it along to people who are walking by. There are also many members of law enforcement right now who are kind of pushing people back and talking to them. But I will let them know West Fuquay and Hiram Clark Road is the location. I do appreciate you giving me that information because, as I indicate, there are still many parents here who are trying to figure things out, and I'm seeing a lot of parents who are shedding tears. And you know what that can mean in these kind of situations. They're tear of concerns because they haven't been connected to their child just yet is probably the main reason behind this, because there's just so many of them standing around trying to find out what's the status. That's the very latest on this scene. I'm going to get to you more as soon as I get it, okay?
Yeah, Mario, thank you so much. I mean, you could hear, Christine, the worry in that mom's voice while Mario was talking to her and said, hey, when you got that call, what went through your mind? She said the worst went through her mind. And she said a lot of parents, in between those tears, she said a lot of parents are still out there looking for their kids. Want to reiterate the information that you just passed along to Mario and our viewers. Houston police are urging parents to go to West Fuquay and Hiram Clark. Police will be there to assist them. This investigation continuing at this hour, still a very fluid situation, as we've been telling you, coming up on 1:45 on a Friday afternoon. If you are just joining us, Houston police investigating reports of an active shooter situation at Yes Prep Southwest in Southwest Houston. The images you are looking at right now, an untold number of students at this point who have left that school, standing there in the street waiting for word as for what should happen next. According to the Houston Fire Department, we know that one person has been shot in the chest. One suspect, we are told, according to Houston police, has been taken into custody. Again, police are searching that school, combing that school, looking for possible additional suspects at this hour.
Yeah, and certainly we do want to continue to pass along that information for parents that are trying to seek some knowledge of what is going on. Houston police, again, asking families, asking parents to go meet at West Fuquay and Hiram Clark. That is where officers will be assisting with any information they can pass along, and of course try to reunite their children with them. We know in scenes like this that it becomes a scene of sort of massive confusion and concern, and West Fuquay and Hiram Clark is where families should be meeting for additional information. Coming up now on an hour since we first received reports of this active shooter situation at Yes Prep Southwest Secondary. This is on Anderson and Hiram Clark in Southwest Houston. Getting a live look from our camera crews outside of the school. You can see a large presence of students, of parents that are trying to reunite with their kids and just trying to get any information that they can. These scenes so often are heartbreaking, and our Mario Diaz has been live on the scene talking with families, trying to get some information and just seeing how they're feeling despite this really terrible tragedy that has unfolded. We do know that one suspect is in custody. We do know that there is a large law enforcement scene out there searching for a potential another suspect. We know that one person was shot in the chest. We don't know the age or gender of that person. We don't know if it was a student, if it was a staff member, but we do know that one person is being treated at this hour. Again, received reports of this active shooter situation exactly an hour ago.
And we're being told, this is some brand new information from one of our photojournalists there on the scene, photojournalist Alan Reed, telling us that police have told him that no students have been hurt. So very encouraging news, a very encouraging update there from the scene from photojournalist Alan Reed, who's been in touch with police there at the scene. Mario Diaz there as well, several other crews on the scene gathering details as we speak. Again, if you were just joining us, you were looking at live pictures of what is happening outside of Yes Prep in Southwest Houston as students and parents work to reunite in the aftermath of what appears to be an active shooter situation, according to Houston police, who were called out to that school around 11:45 this morning. Students, we were told, were said to be on early release today. We're talking about students in grades 6 through 12. We have seen over the course of our coverage over the past 30 minutes or so, students walking away from that campus, standing in the street as you see there, visibly shaken, visibly upset, Christine, many of them in tears, taking a moment to hold on to one another, to hug each other as they try to wrap their minds around what exactly took place inside that school earlier this morning.
Yeah, and we heard our Mario Diaz speak with a concerned and scared mother out there. I mean, we're looking at these live images of people hugging each other, patting each other on the back, on cell phones, trying to get any information that they can as they try to reunite with their loved one. But certainly such an emotional situation and a scary one that unfolds far too often in our country these days. And again, this is a live look from outside of this school in Southwest Houston. Yes Prep Southwest Secondary School. Again, you mentioned the early release, so we're seeing a lot of students and parents outside just trying to gain any information that they can. Again, from Houston Police, for parents, we do want to reiterate, for parents that are trying to get some information, Houston Police is asking all of those families to unite at West Fuquay in Hiram Clark. We're told that appears to be like a shopping center, so that's not an actual area of the school. It's near an intersection, but that is where families are being asked to go to try to get some information from officers, and they can help sort of direct, because we know these scenes are so often so chaotic and scary.
Yeah, Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez telling us that one person is in custody. This is an HPD case, but he's out there as well, along with members of other law enforcement agencies, including state troopers and deputies with Precinct 2 out there as well. Just such an emotional toll this is taking on all of the students, as we've been showing you these images as they wait to reunite with their parents. Many of them have been reunited with their parents. Officers will be assisting parents. They're asking parents and students, everyone, to go to West Fuquay and Hiram Clark. It appears there's some sort of a shopping center and a church nearby that area. That is the directive from Houston Police this afternoon as officers work to secure the scene there. We do know, according to HFD, that one person was shot in the chest, according to photojournalist Alan Reed, who's been in touch with police at the scene. There are no reports of students being hurt at this hour, so that is very good news there. Certainly a lot unfolding, though, as police try to get a handle on the situation there. One of the tweets that was sent out by the Houston Police Department just a short time ago mentioned that officers were sweeping the school for possibly additional suspects. That has not been confirmed as to whether there are additional suspects. It is a fluid situation, a lot of moving parts. So certainly, you know, we're expecting to hear from Houston Police an update from the scene at some point this afternoon as this investigation continues to move forward. But just a heartbreaking scene, Christine, as we witness a lot of these reunions between the students and their loved ones, a lot of tears being shed, a lot of angst, a lot of worry, a lot of concern as they all wait for information.
Well, when we heard from that mother speaking with Mario Diaz a little bit ago, you could just hear her voice cracking, and your heart breaks for every single parent out there that is just waiting for information. And we know that our hearts are with them right now as law enforcement continue to secure the location. Again, we do know that one suspect is in custody, and we do know that one person has been shot in the chest. And as you mentioned, Andy, from photojournalist Alan Reed, it sounds like that does not appear to be of a student. So at this point, we're still trying to gather information as to who this victim is, what the motive for this shooting is, and okay, so we do know that our Mario Diaz is live on the scene right now. Mario, what can you tell us about new developments out there?
Yeah, I can tell you right now that you can get a picture up. You can see they've moved the crowd down. Let me set the scene for you over here. Right down this road, this is Anderson. Right where all those lights are is the entranceway towards the school. Yes, Prep. That's where I was reporting from earlier. Then they started moving everybody out. These are all the kids right now. And Gil, I'm going to have you move over to the right. Just follow me here, Gil. How these are all the kids that are here trying to just identify what to do. They're just standing around, many of them, but you have parents, it appears you have some staffers here as well, who are standing out here and want to try to see if I can find a parent over here, but you can just get an idea. Look, you can see the concerns right here. Gil, to your left, Gil. One of many scenes that we have seen. ¿Cómo está todo? ¿Han encontrado a sus hijos o su familia?
No, estamos bien todos. Solamente amigos. Puros amigos estamos buscando.
¿Están buscando amigos? You're looking for friends?
Sí.
¿Y por cuántos minutos están buscando?
How long? Como
Más de 30 minutos.
media hora. 30 minutes.
You can see a young man over there looking for his brother. He was just saying, have you seen his brother? Young man right over there. You seen it? ¿Esta tu hija?
No, solamente los estoy cuidando.
Oh, vecinos. Okay, these are their neighbors. But you could tell this woman right here, she's trying to identify where someone might be. This is the scene right now. You can see many, many hugs, many tears, people concerned for friends and for loved ones. ¿Ha encontrado usted a su familia? ¿La está buscando la familia?
Sí, estoy buscando a mi niño.
¿Le han encontrado? You found your family? ¿Lo encontraron? Quite the scene here, Christine and Andy, as you can see.